Hey, we're Marianas Trench, and you're on rockforevermagazine.com.
It's true.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here right now with Marianas Trench. How are you guys doing today?
Super.
Super good. You're
Yep.
in Orlando. Have you guys had a chance to look around? How are you enjoying the city so far?
We walked up and down the Disney Road promenade thing, whatever you want to call it.
Downtown Disney,
Downtown
yes.
Disney, and we were in search of Mickey Mouse, but we're unable to find him this morning, actually.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a
Maybe
little
like
disappointing.
the gift shop, maybe
in the
possibly.
gift shop, but something tells me it's not the real Mickey in there.
Oh
He's
yeah.
very reclusive.
Yes, like most mouse.
Mice.
Mice.
Nice.
Well, like most mouse, too.
Most mouse.
That's actually the name of my Modest Mouse cover band is Most Mouse.
Oh, I've been on the road too long. Getting dumb.
That was perfect.
That was really good. Thank you for that moment. That was perfect. So we're going to start with some finish the sentence. Now, your favorite part of touring in the United States is... We'll start here.
Seeing a whole bunch of new cities, and so far actually getting really good turnouts for across the board. It's really, really exciting.
What has been your favorite city?
Well, there's also a different. Denver was one where we had never played before, and there was a very big crowd. So that was a real surprise. I didn't actually expect anything out of that show, having never played even close. So I guess that's the surprise show of the tour so far, and that's the fun for me.
Good, you have high hopes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say the same thing, just getting to play in cities that we've never been to. I think, speaking of surprise shows, I think tonight in Orlando may be an interesting one. We've never been anywhere near here.
That's true.
Well, except for Pensacola, but that's not really close, is it?
No, that's
Well, it's
local.
closer than out of Florida.
It's closer than out of
than
Florida.
Canada.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, new experiences, new lands, new faces. That's what I'm excited about.
New humidity levels.
New humidity levels,
And
yeah.
while you're in Florida, that's very relevant, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, your favorite tour prank that you've been a part of was when?
On the last tour we did in Canada, we were touring with a band called Down with Webster, and the last show, Josh, at the beginning of every show, climbs into the Canadian show, climbs into a Jack-in-the-Box, comes up in an elevator, it opens up, he starts singing the set like that. But he climbed in, got ready to go, and the guys from Down with Webster threw a couple of crabs and lobsters in there with him in the dark. Then he's like, "What is this?" I don't know. I was pretty random one of my favorites.
And so how did you handle that situation then, having all of that going on? What happened there?
Oh, I shit my pants.
As expected. I think I would probably do the same thing. And now, Josh, for anybody who doesn't know, you co-wrote Call Me Maybe, which is kind of a big deal. So for you guys, what is one song you wish you had written?
He's got high hopes.
I wish I'd written Call Me Al.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I'd written Convoy. Like Pigpen this here rubber duck and I'm about to put the hammer down. Like those kind of songs.
Somebody told me the other day that, what's that Margaritaville song? Jimmy Buffett. Apparently that's like the highest grossing song of all time.
Really?
That's what I heard from somebody. It could be
We
wrong.
gotta Google that.
But anyways, if that's true, I wish I wrote that.
Yes,
Yeah.
good thinking there, yeah?
I wonder if that includes like maybe licensing the name because
Yeah,
there are a
for
bunch
sure.
of restaurants called Margaritaville.
Right. And there's one nearby. Anyway, so one thing fans might not know about you is just a fun fact about you guys.
It always surprises me that fans think we're short. We're not like giants, but we're average to maybe slightly above average height. But you would wouldn't you'd be surprised how many fans are like, "Oh my God, you're so tall." We're like 5'10" to 6'2" or 3. Like it's nothing crazy, but maybe we
it's
just
Jack in the Box kind of throws everybody
maybe
off.
or maybe we just have shorter than average fans, and they're all around each other, so their idea of height is relative.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's it.
That's a creative explanation there.
I got one for you.
Okay.
One thing you probably didn't know about us is that Ian and I are wearing the exact same pair of boots, except mine are 2 years older than his.
That is
I also
something I did
don't
not
do them
know.
up, and I have white socks on.
Here, this will make it more sense.
Was this just a coincidence?
No, Ian cramps my
I
style.
do. Whenever Matt does, whenever.
I mean, they're
does
cool
it,
boots. I
They're
understand.
great boots. I just copy Matt whatever he does.
How do you feel about that? It's good.
It's
Honored.
yeah.
All right. Now, last finish the sentence here. If you could take over anybody's Twitter for a day, it would be. Your face just then was pretty much priceless.
Just one? Well, I'm a huge fan of the crazy Amanda Bynes tweets, but I don't think she needs my help. Although I've been thinking about taking some pictures of myself in a bra and underwear and tweeting her things.
Please do. Please do.
I'll do that today. I will literally do that today. I don't know who else I would. It was really funny when remember Sweden did a contest where any citizen of the country could take over the national Twitter feed for the country. I think it was Sweden.
It's amazing.
For a month, and it was like each person held it for a month, and the first person did it was like super racist and like brutal and stuff, but like there was nothing they could do because she had access to it for like a whole month, and she just tweeted like crazy, brutal, terrible things. I'm not saying I want to tweet crazy, terrible, brutal things, but I just, I enjoy a bit of mayhem.
That evil smirk said it all, I think. And any of you guys have any other ideas that can top Amanda Bynes or our country's Twitter?
I don't know.
I want like
He's got a lot.
I want like a president's Twitter.
Obama's
Okay.
Twitter.
I want Obama's Twitter or Kim Jong Un. I want that guy's Twitter.
I can tell you've been thinking about this for a very long time, which I don't know how I feel about that yet, but that's the best answer to that question I've ever heard. So now your Face the Music EP is out right now, which is very exciting. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Ian can.
Sure. It's
There you go.
It's a couple of songs off of Ever After. What's on there? Desperate Measures and Haven't Had Enough. And then we recorded a couple of acoustic tracks. I think it was It's Happened, Had Enough, and Fallout. So we were very excited to see he really actually does like mayhem. We're happy to have those ones on there because it gives it a little bit of a different flavor and it kind of exposes the song and the vocals more. So it was fun.
I definitely love those acoustic versions.
It was fun to do.
Yes, very cool to hear a new version of them. And that is a trencher bracelet, I believe.
This is a Texas trencher.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
Here, I'll stretch it out.
He has one on his wrist too, in case you can't see the one on his hand.
And now I heard about a re-release of Ever After with some bonus tracks that was going to be here in the United States. Is there a release date for that, or is that going to happen?
I think it's supposed to be sometime this fall, so I'm guessing somewhere between August and October.
Okay, and what about these bonus tracks? What can we expect from that? Is it going to be like a continuation of the story from the album, or is it going to be something totally different?
Terror. You can
Terror?
expect terror.
Which means he was involved.
Yes. Mayhem and terror.
Okay.
That's because Captain Nutbutter over there is in charge.
Okay, is there anything you would like to add to that answer? Is there anything we can expect from these bonus tracks?
Pass.
Pass? Okay. And now your album Ever After, like I said before, there is a story. It's like a fairy tale kind of thing, which is really cool. But what was the biggest challenge you guys faced during the recording and writing process and trying to convey this story throughout each of the songs?
I remember trying to link up all these songs at about 3 a.m. on the deadline night, and the deadline was like 5 a.m.
Okay.
And we're all like, how do we join these last 4 songs? The brain's tired. But it was funny. Once we made it, it's actually funny. And looking back at the moment, I remember everybody just trying not to sleep and just trying to finish this stuff. But that was pretty hard because of the time crunch.
Okay, so how did you guys manage to do all of that so fast? Because they're pretty intricate. You know, I would have never guessed that they were done that quickly. So what was that experience like for you guys to do that?
It was, like I had like some of the ideas already going, okay, well, I'm pretty sure this can lead to this if we do this, and this can probably do that, and if we record this little thing, that'll probably work. Like I had like maybe half of it in my head before we did it, and then the most ridiculous one isn't it? It Stuttered to Toy Soldiers is like, that was because we were like, you know what, there's just nothing that can fit in there, so it's like, it just goes right into the song.
But then it worked really well.
The transition there is that there's no transition, it's just hard stop.
Well, it worked out. It worked out good. And going back to the story here, I know it is a fictional story, but do any of the core... it's all real, that fairy tale?
Literal truth.
Yeah, that is.
In this literal truth. In this other world that now apparently exists.
Another world.
It's like a toy world, isn't it?
Let's at least let her get out the question before we
Yes.
say a bunch of
You
bullshit.
can bombard me afterwards.
Okay.
But even though it is a fictional story, does it have any relation to your real life in any way? Maybe any of the core themes or anything like that? Yeah, no. Yes.
Some of it, I guess.
Anything in particular that you'd like to mention? No?
No.
But there is quite a wide variety of styles on Ever After. A lot of different things you have going on there. So who are your biggest musical inspirations on this album?
You want this one?
I thought about the Brian Wilson record Smile a lot, because there was a lot of songs leading to songs, and it was done really well on that record. And I thought it was kind of cool to try and do like a modern day version of something like that. I mean, that was him writing that record is what drove him crazy back in the day, or what was the final nail in the coffin anyway. And it was this unfinished record for 30 years or something. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to try and like at least not do what they did, but I mean, use that as a bit of an inspiration anyway. That was the biggest one that I thought about. And then some movie score stuff and stuff like that too, because I wanted it to sound like wanted like parts of it to have imagery to the way it sounded, you know what I mean? Like in a if you were seeing this scene that we're writing in this little fairy tale story, what would the score to that sound like? Like some stuff like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that in the album for sure. And what about you guys? Anything you want to add to that? Any musical inspirations you had? No?
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer. I'm not musically inspired whatsoever.
That's really depressing. Anything? No?
Ian is very depressing.
Mike is a bass player, so he is also not musically inspired whatsoever.
Ian's musically inspired by a grandfather clock because it ticks at a very steady pace, and every once in a while some brass stuff rocks around.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There we go. And now...
That's actually partially true.
Really? I never would have thought of that inspiration there. And now one thing that I absolutely love about you guys are your music videos, which are so creative and pretty crazy some of the time. You have storylines and amazing costumes. So out of all of them, which one was your favorite to film and why?
We just spent a week in Las Vegas shooting a video for By Now, which has yet to be released, but it was the longest video shoot we've ever done, and also certainly the most fun for me, so I'm really excited for that one.
Good.
Yeah.
Any reason you chose Las Vegas? Because it seems like a very good place to film a music video.
It was a very good place. We wanted to do some stuff out in the desert, and also we wanted to stay at a hotel and gamble and drink.
Like a responsible adult, right? And can you tell us anything about the music video? Is there anything you can give away about the plot or anything like that?
It's a bit of a Bonnie and Clyde kind of story, like a couple on the run from
very cool.
from ne'er the wells.
Okay, and have there been any crazy moments from behind the scenes of filming a music video, whether it be this one or a past music video? Yes? Yeah?
Tons.
Well, this video that we just did, at least one guy got lit on fire twice.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave got
Safely
lit on fire
or with
No. Accidentally. Ian got like Ian held a smoke bomb that blew up in his hand, and it looked like, and the blister was literally like a fucking egg. It was so disgusting.
It was huge. It was probably like it was right. I know you can't really see it anymore, but it was like an.
I just want to know why you were holding that in the first place.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. It's kind of like, have you ever heard those like creepy stories when they're like, oh, this bug got in my ear and it was a queen and it laid eggs in me? Like, that's what it looked like in his hand. You know what I mean?
You guys have the best comparisons for things, and I think that's a perfect example.
Totally.
There was just a lot of. It was crazy the whole time. That's the thing. There was just peaks.
So much. Yeah, I had an experience where when we shot Fallout, we used a bunch of pyrotechnic or just like explosions and stuff, and so I spent all day walking around in gunpowder, and then the next day I had to take a flight, and they did that swab check thing on my shoes, and then I tested positive for explosive material. Luckily, I had
Just
filmed.
your luck, right?
Yeah, luckily I had filmed some of the days shooting on my cell phone, so I showed the security guard.
That explains
The
it.
same thing happened to me after the MMVAs. For whatever reason, I tested positive for
Steroids.
Steroids.
as you can tell.
Several strains.
But then I got like the whole. They went and grabbed my luggage and just went through absolutely everything. Like
That
just the whole thing.
Sir, we cannot let you on the plane. You've tested positive for Hep B. You cannot get on this plane.
You cannot board this plane.
You've gotten a B and a C. You're not getting on this plane.
Well, now we know what it is really like to be in a band. Not quite as glamorous as we think, is it?
Oh,
Are we not glamorous?
Wait,
Is
no.
it this like?
Those experiences with the.
Oh, the
everything-
experiences. I
that-
thought you meant how crappy the.
No,
we
you guys are so glamorous. I can't even handle
Oh,
it.
excellent. Okay,
Yeah,
carry on,
yeah.
carry on, carry on, carry on.
Okay, and now we have a fan question here from Irene, and she wants to know if you have any secret TV show addictions.
I actually don't watch TV.
Really?
I
And there's a
don't-
giant TV right
I
here.
don't watch any TV. I watch sports
Oh,
on
okay.
TV all the time.
Are you addicted to sports? Could that be an answer there? Or not quite?
No.
No?
No.
I
could do without them.
like. There's a couple. I don't really. I have to always like watch my computer because we're always like on the road and stuff. But like I don't want to miss Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I watch that show a lot, and I really love the new Arrested Development. I just watched it all in like a sitting.
Lots of hype
He was
about that
pretty
show
fired
right
up
now.
When it came out on Netflix, he was like, he
I
sat
sat
here
there
for
all
about
day.
4 hours just watching straight, and then he went to played the show, and then went to his bunk and watched like the last half of it.
So you literally, before you go on stage, you're watching Netflix. You play the show, then you come right back and watch more Netflix.
That day. Yeah.
Okay, that's not an everyday ritual then.
No. This was just because it was for that show specifically.
Oh, okay. What about you guys? Any other shows? Yes?
I really like Breaking Bad, and I am freaking out waiting for the last half of the last season. It comes
Okay.
August 12th or something like that.
Oh,
and, like,
we got a good Breaking Bad story for you guys.
Yes, we do.
I think
Okay.
Ian should probably tell it, right?
Story time.
no, somebody
Maybe
else.
Matt.
Somebody else
Maybe
should
Matt.
tell it. Yeah.
We were waiting in the lounge at the airport after we had gone through security. We were waiting to board a flight. And Mike comes in and he's like, "Hey."
No, Ian.
No, I can't.
Oh, it was Ian. Ian comes in and he's like, hey, did you guys see that dude from Breaking Bad? He was ahead of me in the security lineup.
Because I know Mike's a huge fan.
Oh.
was
What's his name?
Okay.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. And we all said, no. And then Mike started freaking out and he's like, man, I'm such a big fan of that guy. And Ian's like, yeah, it was so weird. He was right in front of the lineup, or right in front of me in the lineup, and they were speaking really loud. And Mike was like, man, if that guy was here right now, I would get his autograph, and I would, I'd probably massage him on the back and ask if I could have his left sock. And then little did we know he was sitting about 2 feet away from us at a table.
To us.
And he promptly,
He's not going to be in here.
yeah, and he promptly
He gets
stood up and
walks, like,
he left. He left us.
He didn't even
and
say
he
a word
very
about that.
intentionally didn't make eye contact with us.
Yeah.
Putting his hat, turned away, and I'm like, I don't blame him.
And he left right at that perfect time where Mike was just about to get up and go ask for his autograph.
Oh, man.
He could sense that Mike was coming, so he stood up
He
and
knew.
left.
The stink of desperation is
Yes.
too thick.
But it's kind of interesting. It's like a full circle thing because people get starstruck over you guys, and look at you getting starstruck.
It's the first time I realized how hard it can be for sometimes the fans to come up and ask for an autograph or say
Yeah.
hi to us, and someone's like, "What's the big
That was
deal?"
the first time you realized how hard you could be?
No.
Because, dude,
But if that's
Yeah.
what you want to hear,
that's what I pictured.
We're gonna move along now. You guys are really a huge band in Canada, and you are making your way, growing, taking over the United States right now. So what has been the highlight of your career so far with all of this success?
it's funny you should say that. We're actually the same height in Canada as we are here right
Yeah.
now.
Really?
Yeah, we're not
That's
huge.
amazing.
It is
We're
the
normal
metric
size there
system.
too.
It is a metric system, but it
Yeah.
works out being the same.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot when it's in centimeters, but it's 2.5 centimeters per inch, so it's actually the same.
Yep.
Did we just change conversations?
Sorry. What was the question again?
Highlight of your career so far?
Just the last 6 months in Canada, we did 2 runs of the tour, the Face the Music tour, and it was really cool to do our own arena show. We designed it from scratch. We had a stage setup we wanted. We did the video content. We had this elevator and tons of really cool stuff, and it was really neat to do that. And I remember the first day we went and did pre-production right before the tour started, just stepping out and looking at it and being like, wow, I can't believe we actually got here, because it's sort of like the dream as far as the production side of the career goes, and it was really neat to actually get to do that kind of show.
So are you going to do more arena shows like that in the future? Is that something you're planning on,
I've
or
had enough.
never again?
No, we'll absolutely do that. Another highlight for me has been traveling down in the United States and going to these cities that we've never been to, and having large crowds come out to support us. It's so strange. I don't even understand how that happens, but it has been happening over and over again, and that's like such an encouraging sign. And is when the crowds keep growing and getting louder and louder every night. It's cool. Like, so that's I don't know if it's like a career highlight, but just a
Highlight.
It's a current highlight of the career. Yeah, for sure.
It's a milestone.
Yeah, it's a
definitely.
milestone. It just sort of makes you want to achieve bigger and better things.
And now you are on tour in the United States right now, and you're getting to see all of your fans every night, and your trenchers are very dedicated, as your bracelet says, trenchers. Yes. I actually saw a girl with blue hair outside, so you can look for her in the show. But what has been the craziest fan experience you guys have had so far on this tour?
On this tour? I know. The other night.
You want to tell it?
Which one? The
In Texas.
In Texas? You go ahead.
Well, I think we were in Texas. We just played a show and finished, and I was walking. Yeah, I think it was Dallas. I was walking to the bus from the venue with my bags and stuff, and the security line with some fans waiting for autographs and stuff was like, I don't know, 120, 130 feet away, maybe more, and they've got the tape there and 2 security guards, and they looked back at me for some reason, in my direction, sorry, and then one fan climbed under the fence or the tape. And as they turned around, she was passing them. They didn't see her, and then she started sprinting at me. And she looked. You're probably gonna watch this, but you looked crazy. She was running very fast and like, and she literally sprinting at me. And I kept waiting for her to stop. She didn't. As she got closer, I was like, no, and she just like rammed into me. It was really freaky. Security was there about 2 seconds later, but it was pretty intense.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that was the first time you got rammed at by a fan.
Like that. Yeah, I've never had somebody run at me with a 50-yard warm up for speed.
Yeah, like, but she looked a little like she might. I don't know. It was kind of scary. Like, usually that stuff, if some fan wants to come up and say hello, like, that's no big deal. But for whatever reason, she had a look of,
Was she like, I have a suit made of skin?
Yeah,
like,
that kind of look.
That kind of fan. Well, I really hope she's watching this now. So hello, how are you doing today?
Hey, Buffalo Bill.
Give me back my dog. Give me back my dog.
Either this is going to encourage more fans to go sprinting at you, or this is going to be the end of it.
If that happens and it's before the show, you won't be allowed in, I think. That's not safe.
Yeah, definitely true.
Definitely not.
And now, what are your plans for after this tour? What do you guys have coming up that everybody can look forward to?
Rest.
Chill out.
Rest.
Yeah.
That's what you guys can look forward to, that's for sure. Is being on tour really that rough that you get back home
It's
and
not that rough. It's just the time, you're away from your friends and your family and stuff, and it's nice to be able to sleep in your own bed and not be on a 100 square foot bus with 10 human beings and no personal space. But aside from that, there's a really
Aside from sleeping in a rolling coffin,
feeling like you're gonna vomit every day when you wake up
for 10 hours a night, maybe
having a bus driver is a little heavy on the brake pedal.
Sounds like a good life. No, but really, are there any tours in the works or anything like that?
Yeah. We got some summer stuff coming up, summer festivals, and then maybe towards the end of the year we'll be doing some international touring. We're not sure yet.
Very exciting. Yeah. Any countries you want to visit in particular?
Not North Korea.
Okay. Well, that eliminates a lot.
Yeah, I know that Twitter.
Yeah.
Unless you have the Twitter, it's okay.
Actually, I'd like to go there. I'm sure we'd be well received.
Yes. And that eliminates one place. So there we go.
I know if Dennis Rodman can go there, we can go there.
And anybody who wants to follow you on Twitter, Facebook, find your music, where can they go?
President Obama.
At Obama.
At Barack Obama. That's a band Twitter, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's the band's Twitter from what I've heard.
That's where you
go. Well, you heard them. Go check out Marianas Trench. Their EP is on iTunes right now here in the United States. And I will see you next time. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Bye.
Thank you.